You were not born in the wrong generation. And music is not like the economy or something. It wasn't better in the past. Kurt Cobain was not Jesus Christ, and the Arctic Monkeys aren't like outsider art. Music doesn't suck right now. We share the earth with so many great artists that will not go down as one of the greats. But what about the greats themselves? Are they any good at all? Kinda. The reason that we have the artists that we have on our Mount Rushmore of music, Elvis and AC/DC and stuff, isn't because those artists are particularly skilled at their craft. It's usually due to other reasons, like they're icons and whatnot. And on the other hand, for unknown artists with no experience releasing music to a big audience or touring the world, to claim that they're like better than the Beatles or whatever, it's actually a really common thing. But there's nothing more cringe on earth than that. Better at what? My close friends who I truly, I think they're really hardworking, humble people. And the problem kind of is that I believe that the people that I've grown up with around me making music, I feel like they should be like, they are worthy of like icon status. They're deserving of recognition, and I feel like I know enough people whose work should be in my opinion, should be able to support them financially for a long time, and they should be comfortable just doing that. It's not that indie musicians generally suck. I think the culture is just so like homogenous and unchanging. For a group of millennials and like Zoomers who constantly push diversity, there's almost no diversity artistically within their genre. And the people who pride themselves on like their abstract taste in music have the most cringe taste in music ever. You know that pretentious guy with the acoustic guitar at the party who's like nobody wants to be around? That's you. We're recording some punk music today. And if you think Mac DeMarco is like fringe, you know how like classic rock riffs are like the easiest to play? People love to point that out. Why do you hold like indie mainstream music to a completely different standard? Do you hate mainstream music because it has no substance and the artists lack depth and possess no technical ability? Or do you just want to feel special? There's always going to be a group of people who are more pretentious and call you superficial for liking what you like, even if what you like is like just noise rock or something, or whatever, like just super experimental stuff. There's always gonna be somebody who calls you like superficial for liking it. There's always a level beneath you. But in reality, like them liking an entire genre of music because it's like aesthetically in is what's superficial. You know what I'm saying? Your aim shouldn't be to be as experimental and abstract as possible, because you get to a point pretty quickly, I think, that it lacks substance more than even like bubblegum pop music, or like stadium stuff. And then my advice for musicians, I'm not in a position to give any advice clearly, but I'd say stop trying to grow your listener base to like this crazy level. Like stop just doing everything you do to try to get people to listen. I would say make music for the people that you have listening already, and just just be genuine about it. Make music that for them. If you have people listening, even if it's like 10 people, 20 people that regularly listen to your stuff, that's more valuable than a bunch of Bandcamp followers or streams. Like I don't know. And I don't know, shows are over anyways. Touring is going to be a thing of the past soon, regardless of like COVID restrictions easing up, if they are. I mean, they're not in Canada, but down here in America, things are easing up. But I mean, it's still, shows are just not a thing anymore. People say do what you love and make enjoyable music that you like, and then people will listen. People will listen. They'll come.
Build it and they will come.
I don't know if that's true, but your aim shouldn't even be, I think, to reach everybody, because maybe in the eyes of the public you're boring, and maybe the reason for that isn't that they just don't understand you and they aren't really like artistic enough to like vibe with your stuff. Maybe it's just because there are millions of people like you making music in the same way that you're making music, and you're not original. The most indie thing you can do is stop trying to be like your favorite indie bands who are not independent. 99% of what I listen to and really inspires me to make music and whatever is like made by people that I know personally. But the truth is, like, good music is not rare. And you don't really, in a lot of cases, if you're a musician, have to look any further than like your buddy or some guy in your hometown to find stuff that you can like appreciate genuinely. Just make stuff that sounds good. Take pride in what you're doing. Take pride in possessing the ability to create a beautiful piece of art. And don't take yourself so seriously. Because 9 times out of 10, anybody could do it. And I do believe that, you know, some people are born with whatever predilection to music, but you can get there with hard work too, and a lot of people do, and whatever, right? And if you feel like you're really doing something that's just accessible, but it's original, and everybody, you know, should like it, they should want to hear it, and they'd appreciate it despite the abstract nature of it, you're probably wrong. Stop blaming people for liking pop music. Nah, they're your battles, and you don't get to have other people bleed for your arrogant causes. Indie rock is the most toxic community in all the music industry because it's full of toxic people. Indie doesn't mean independent even anymore. It just means like a effeminate, like, angry dude with Ableton who thinks he should be famous.
Stop chasing the fame. It's dumb.
Stop trying to be weird. Be a musician. Don't be a fashion person. Why are you putting that chorus on your guitar? Is it because it sounds good and it serves the song, or do you want to be Mac DeMarco or Boy Pablo? Come on, man.